so we have done our weaning, our SBT trial on Mr. Keogh. He lasted about 2 hours on the spontaneous breathing trial, and he did great. We did our weaning parameters, our NIF, our vital capacity. We calculated his crop score, and all of that was in acceptable ranges. So we have asked the doctor for an extubation order, and he has given us that. So I am going to double check the order, gather all of my equipment. I'm going to need this syringe to deflate the cuff, my ambu bag, just in case something goes wrong with the mask, my Yonker suction. We're going to get humidified oxygen through the nose, my chuck pad, my cuff manometer, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to put on my gloves. So I'm going to enter the patient's room. I have all my equipment set up. I have double checked the order. I'm going to get my 2 patient identifiers. I'm going to go over this procedure with Mr. Keogh. I know you're so ready to get that tube out. I've got to get a couple things set up, and then we will get it out. I'm going to set his head up some. Some trashy therapist left this in the room. I'm going to get my oxygen set up. We winged his oxygen down to room air on the vent, but we're just going to give a little bit of oxygen through the nose with some humidity to make sure we keep those secretions real moist so he can get them out. So I'm going to put him on like 3 liters for now. I've got my suction set up. My suction pressure is 100 to 120. I have it connected to our inline suction now, so we can do a good deep suction before we extubate. I have my Yonker to suction around the mouth. I have my syringe, my cuff manometer, and my chuck. So I'm going to assess my patient, make sure his vitals are still stable. I'm going to listen to breath sounds. He sounds great. He's so ready to get this tube out. So I'm going to set this up underneath so we don't mess his sheets up. I am going to make sure we have an audible leak, cuff leak. So I'm going to use my cuff manometer. I'm going to place it, make sure that we have 15%. We can also double check that with deflating the cuff and making sure we can hear an audible leak in the upper airway, throat area. Okay, that sounds amazing. I'll inflate it for now while I finish getting everything set up. If he has to have a low suction, you want to make sure that we suction around the cuff so that those secretions don't fall in, and we will get that. So we're going to go, this is messed up unfortunately, but we're going to act like we're going down. We're going to deep suction him real good. We're going to undo that, get around the mouth real good. I know this is very uncomfortable, Mr. Keogh, but I'll get it out. Alright, I'm going to leave this hooked up because after the tube comes out, we will make sure he coughs and gets those secretions out. We're going to educate the patient on taking this tube tube out. So Mr. Keogh, we're going to count to 3. You're going to take a big deep breath in. I'm going to pull the tube out. I'm going to need you to cough real big so we can make sure we get all the secretions sucked out. He agrees. He understands. So I'm just going to hook this up here so it's ready. Alright, Mr. Keogh, I am going to take off your straps. We are going to put our vent in standby. We can undo this just so nothing blows all over us. Alright, Mr. Keogh, on 3, we're going to pull that tube out. He takes a big deep breath in. We do that. We throw all this down there. Give us a big cough, big cough. Alright, we got all that suctioned out. And place your oxygen in your nose. Just try to take a deep couple breaths for me through your nose. And he does. I asked him if he can tell me his name. He does. Instruct him that this is going to be here. This suction is going to be here, so if he coughs anything else out, he can suction it out. You feeling okay? He says he's fine. We're going to assess his vitals. Re-listen to breath sounds. He says he's feeling amazing. Now that that tube's out, we're going to get rid of all of this stuff. We've reassessed him. I'm going to clean up all of my mess. I'm going to clean my ventilator. Stick around for a few minutes to make sure that he stays stable. I'm going to instruct him that if he feels any tightness in his throat or anything, to let the nurse know. And just let him know that I'll be back periodically to check on him. I'm going to clean up my equipment, throw it all away, and go and chart that he's extubated, how he tolerated it, his oxygen that I placed him on, his vitals, and all that good stuff.